Madam Secretary, thank you. Esteemed members, both new and old or returning, welcome to the Texas House of Representatives. Today is a historical day as we begin the 89th legislative session. My nomination today is about the millions of Texans who can't see a doctor because health insurance is out of reach. It is about the Texas children dying in the very classrooms where they should be safe from harm. It is about the millions of Texans who can't make ends meet despite showing up and working hard every single day. These challenges demand leadership that understands them at a personal level and has the courage to fight for solutions. It is imperative that we elect a speaker who knows working Texans struggle firsthand and puts the needs of our most vulnerable above the elite. The reality is that Texans are dying. Texas children, like my constituents, Landon Payton or Sergio Rodriguez, should have been safe in their schools in my district, in Texas District 145, but instead had their young lives cut short. Landon, when school issued medical equipment, failed, and Sergio, when he had no option but to cross lethal train tracks to get to school. Sergio and Landon are stories that happen every day in all of our districts. Children are becoming statistics, and we have the opportunity to act and put an end to these preventable deaths. We have failed them in this House, and we must ensure that no more parents have to bury their children. Many of you know that I was an orphan by the time I was a teenager. And it was my family members, like my siblings, my cousins who were here today, my grandparents, that took care of me after my parents were gone. Outside of these walls, families, neighbors, and communities put aside their disagreements to protect each other. But members of this body don't look like the rest of Texas. We as members vote on policy that impacts every Texan, but we rarely know what it's like to choose between paying a light bill and buying groceries. It's time we elect a speaker who does. Representative Ana-María Rodríguez Ramos grew up in East Dallas, the daughter of Mexican immigrants, and was raised by a single mom. She is the middle child of 7 siblings who frequently tussled with her brothers and sisters for scarce resources, surviving in the hot Texas heat and blistering winters in any way that they could. Much like in my family, Ana-Maria's older sisters stepped in to care for the younger ones. In the summers when school was out, they were sent to Mexico because feeding 7 kids in Texas just wasn't affordable. While attending schools, she had to be dropped off so early that the teachers had yet to arrive and the lights were still off in the school. But education was still a priority. Her mother always had books in the house, and Ana-María escaped into everything from encyclopedias to fairy tales. Her mother worked hard to show her children that there was something more out there to strive for, the American dream. Ana-María never felt that dream was for her. After middle school, her life was interrupted by the birth of her daughter, and she didn't make it to high school. At 15, a pregnancy was a challenge, but her room in a Parkland hospital, looking at her daughter, she knew she had to do something more. The very fact that
I'm sorry,
she and I
your
can
time
reach-
has expired.
Okay, I'm sorry. Madam Secretary and members, it is my honor and privilege to nominate the Honorable Ana-María Rodríguez Ramos for Speaker of the Texas House of Representatives. Thank you.